explain that very well, but if you move in on the hard parts, it looks like I do that a little bit wrong there. Part of why I can see I do it wrong is because now it's enlarged and it's black and white, so I don't have color to confuse me. But I can see that I have a line there and a line here. And then here, this little leg, I'm in the right place, comes up above like that. Can you see that? Comes up above, and then we have a V shape here. This is another leg. And then it comes down. That's pretty straight. Comes down about like that. And then there's a thickness to that leg. And this can take a long time, and that's okay. That's why I wanted to have it ready to go. Kind of like an M there, huh? Oh, this one comes all the way down. So I am very patiently drawing all these parts together. Okay. And then there's this fun little, part of my problem is I like to draw the size I see. I need to make that a little smaller, so I'm drawing the same size because I think I got too big. But so what? I got too big. Easy to fix, right? You just erase it out and start again. Because I was looking at this leaf and it was too close to this part. So, come back and try again, okay? Nothing wrong with starting over, trying again, fixing, because that's what you do when you're an artist. You're constantly fixing and redrawing because I didn't get it perfect in the grid. Okay, let's see. Over here, that comes up, and then there's this. It's just got to be smaller. I just have such a tendency to draw exactly the size I see it. And I had that too big on my iPad, which works fine for shading, but for drawing, I tend to make mistakes when I'm drawing. Okay, so that's that. And then this leaf, I'm just going to kind of figure out where that leaf crosses. I'm going to move back over here. I have a little leg that comes up like that. And I'm drawing with my hard pencil, which maybe not be the best thing, but I'm using a very light touch because I know that if I press hard, I will damage the paper and then I can't go back and fix as nicely. Okay, and so I got a little ball joint right there on that leg. I couldn't get that even if I drew it right on the grid pattern. The transfer doesn't work for those tiny little details. And then I've got a little bit of thickness there. And then there's his little foot. Okay, there's his little foot. And then this one, I've got a really thin line right here. And it goes behind that one, which I may have to fix in the shading because it looks like it goes over it right now. I don't know if you can see that, but I think when I shade things, that'll disappear, but I don't know. That's actually a transfer line that I'm going to erase with this kind of an eraser. Hopefully you have one around your house you can use that'll work for you. Because I want this line to be over the top of this line so that we have the layers that we need. Okay? And then we have this little wing thingy. I don't know. If I were a botanist, I'd know all the parts of this grasshopper, wouldn't I? And I could say what it is, but I don't know what it is because I just draw shapes. I got this great visual intelligence that doesn't necessarily mean I know all the names of everything because I don't. All right, so sometimes it helps to stand up, as you can see I'm doing now. And then I've got a transfer paper is harder to erase than pencil, but you can, at least this one you can. Okay, and then we come around like this, and it actually butts right up next to that leaf. Can you see that? Right up next to it. which I didn't draw correctly in the beginning, which is fine. And then there's some patterns in here. They're really quite pretty, kind of an M pattern there. And that. And then this goes here. So notice I'm not shading right now, I'm drawing. So shading and drawing, yes, but they're so linked. They're so linked. Because this is where you fix the things, because you've got your basic outline done. It's in the right place. Oh boy, I think I lost something here. There's a curved line. That was my first clue that that little other leg was in the wrong place. And it bends more like that. See, this is the line I'm trying to duplicate. And then the back of that just keeps going. There we go. Now can you see that negative shape? It goes like that. Comes down here, and then this line needs to be straighter. Okay, so that negative shape is really helping me get that drawing right. I can shade it in right now if I want to. You can certainly shade as you draw, because sometimes that helps. I'm going to lock that in and say that is the value I need. It's about a 6 value. Oh, I don't know. Squint, squint, squint. It's lighter than that, isn't it? About the same as that. I'm looking at such a tiny area. It's hard. Okay, so it's about right. And so you want to bring that up to, and you bring it over here. I think I've got it about that value. I think I need to go a little darker, don't I? Which is fine. I can do that. Another layer of graphite. And I have one negative space I'm very happy with. I think it's going to work. And in that negative space, there's actually some decorative stuff. So I'm not going to use my 8B. That'll be too smushy. But I can come in here and add in my decorative stuff. And I'm not going to get it as accurate as he does. I'd have to go bigger. He maybe drew this a lot bigger than I'm drawing it. I don't know. And this looks like, I'm going back to my hard pencil now because I'm drawing. This looks like an extension of this leg. It comes right through there and meets up with this. And then it's got some little, I don't know, hairy looking things on here. By the way, one of the reasons I choose this assignment to teach is because the master, whether it's Katsushika Hokusai or Salvador Dali or whoever you're drawing, they have already solved a lot of the problems that you have in your work. They've got a composition that is fabulous, or it wouldn't be considered a master. They have done some details and made the finished drawing really good. And so we have, the master has solved a lot of problems for us. So we're not starting from scratch. If you draw from life, you're starting from scratch, which we will continue to do in your sketchbook because it's very good training ground. But for the art show, I wanted you to have a little, I don't know, maybe it's cheating just a little bit, but a little bit of step up to make your drawings really rock and roll, okay? So, I put that in the wrong one, huh? Okay, it's okay to see Mrs. Autry make mistakes. I put all those decorative things in the wrong one. That's just supposed to be solid, so I'm going to pull that back out. It's really easy to do on drawing is, you know, you look at the wrong thing and go, oh, look what I get to do. I like that decorative stuff, but that's in the wrong place. That's going to be on this wing here. So I'm glad you're sticking with me and watching all of this. It's okay with me if you fast forward at some point because it just needs done. Some really nice decorative. This is where Zentangle comes in, right? Zentangle helps you control your pencil marks, your ink marks, and helps you to look closely at what the different patterns are doing, because there's so many lovely patterns in nature that you are going to be able to duplicate here. Okay, let's see overall what this is doing. Okay. Oh, the details. I love the details. You may not love the details as much as I do. I'm kind of a freak when it comes to details. I just think they're, I don't want that picture. I want this one back. There we go. Okay, that does happen when you're working with something like this. Okay, so now, very carefully, put that down and identify how dark that value should be. Darker or lighter? I have to squint. I believe that's about right. It is lighter than that. It is darker than that. So right in between a value 4 and a 5. So I can bring this up a little bit. And your pencils don't what's the word? Coordinate with the value scale. It would be really cool if somebody would create a set of pencils that matches every value when used correctly. So far that's not the case. The pencils are 2Bs and 4Bs and H's and F's, and I don't even know what that means, but they're labeled for darkness, softness, or darkness, but they don't match the value scale. So I'd love it if somebody came up with that, created a set of pencils that match the value scale. I think that would be just awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to, I made the lines that I drew darker before I come over the top with my hard pencil and just kind of take it up to the value that I want it to be, okay? Bringing it up to the value that I want it to be. And I'm going to go back to this 2B pencil. Keep this under my hand. Back in here with these because I like that effect. It worked really good for me, okay? Now, I would love to just sit here and draw all day long and take it to a finished level and show you that, which, but you don't want to watch me do the whole thing. Hopefully you fast forward it a little bit already and fix some things. Okay, so I will be erasing this a little better with my heavy duty eraser. Because remember I put all those little lines in there thinking I was in the right place. I can always fix my mistakes. So I'm okay with making mistakes on camera because it just is how it works. It just is how it works, okay? So now that little negative space is cleaned up and I can come in here and do a little bit of drawing. I think I'll switch to my harder pencil so that I have more control. Nice light drawing. That lets me fix mistakes, which is obviously part of drawing. I have a quote for you tomorrow that is about how failure is the best teacher. So if you have not done something right and you can fix it, why do it? Because that's what life's like. We make lots of mistakes, don't we? So I'm back to my 2B pencil. I don't use my 8B very much, especially at the beginning stages of the drawing. I like to save it for the end when I need to go, okay, let's punch this one out, make this really dark. Because I can get pretty dark with my 2B pencil, just fine. Isn't that pretty? I know I don't have his legs and arms and all that stuff on, but this is the focal point on this picture. Even though there's really pretty flowers and fun things going on everywhere else, this needs to be really accurate. Okay, so your center point, center of interest on your drawings, figure out what it is. Decide what's the most important thing there and make sure you do it right. Okay, at this point you shouldn't have to be redrawing the shapes. If you did the grid pattern right, your shapes are correct, but if you have problems with your grid pattern, the shading may be able to tell you, oh, I can see my mistake now, and you can fix it. Okay, so love you guys. Hopefully you're getting a lot out of my lessons. I know it's not nearly as easy as teaching in the classroom. It's probably more frustrating for me than you. One of the most important things you can do with online is learn how to take photos of your artwork. You've got to figure that one out. So few of you are sending me photos of your artwork. About half of you are, and the rest of you are not. And it will make a huge difference in your grade. Last term, it wasn't a big deal because most of your grade was already earned. And then when I put the grid drawing to this term's grade, most of you got pretty good grades, and I was pretty happy with that. So there you go. That's for today, and I'll be doing another video in just a few minutes for my painting class. So now I'm going to try to figure out how to edit this so that you don't get all this other nonsense I keep talking about. Okay? Bye, guys.